Well, I could have poured it like a jackass.
Oh, well, is it bitter or is it sweet? What is it?
It's kind of like, right? And a few fart jokes.
That's crazy, though.
Yeah.
That right there.
I feel like I totally cheated you.
You're still cheating me.
That's the largest head I've ever seen.
That's a big head.
Wow. Like, this is like a show in itself.
You like how my voice goes high, then low, high, then low.
I like it. I think it's fun. If you're on a first date and you're lacking something to talk about his head.
Right. Doing.
It's just like it's like a party in your mouth.
Are you scared? Hi everyone.
I'm Janet.
I'm Jason.
We're
Gumbo Mud. We're here.
Our fear.
You like how my voice goes high, then low, high, then low.
You sounded like a radio guy. It made me laugh.
KSI 21.1. Yeah. What do we have today?
We have 35K. This is from Against the Grain Brewery.
Out of Louisville or Louisville. Louisville, Kentucky.
Right.
Yeah. Why is it called 35K?
I don't know. I couldn't find that out. I did try to get to the bottom of it, and I came up empty-handed.
I actually looked a little bit too. Like I couldn't find it. Like, why do you call it 35K?
I thought it'd have a really clever name. Like they did have some really fun beer names and some cute artwork for the cans, but I couldn't come up with anything.
Yeah, Louisville, right in the middle of Kentucky bourbon country. So this should be interesting, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a dark roasted malt with bittersweet cocoa and coffee flavor and aroma coming from this black milk stout. Full body and sweetness are derived from the addition of lactose, aka milk sugar, which is not fermentable by beer yeast. A healthy dose of English Kent Goldings hops provides a counterpoint to this rich ale's complexity and maltiness.
7%. So what throws me is bittersweet.
Yeah.
Bittersweet cocoa. Is it bitter or is it sweet? What is it? Usually bittersweet's used as a derogatory term, like something's bittersweet.
Right.
Like what's bitter? Is it sweet? Is it bitter? What is it?
Right. Like the victory was bittersweet. Right.
Yeah.
I know. I don't know.
Yeah. So this should be interesting, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like, right?
Exactly.
Founders are these fellas: Jerry Nagy, Sam Cruz, Adam Watson, and Andrew Ott. And their story is, with determination and a few fart jokes and a handful of investors, they opened the doors to Louisville's first brewer-owned and operated brewery in 2011.
That's crazy, though.
Yeah.
That right there. The first brewer-owned and operated brewery, not till 2011.
I know. Pretty crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So their full name is Against the Grain Brewery and Smokehouse. They have 15 barrels. And it says, for the next 4 years, sleep was a luxury, showering was a distant dream, and a balanced diet was a cracker with mustard. They championed the belief that you deserve more than mainstream. You deserve quality beer with an irreverent, crude name, but also the merit of liquid to laugh in the face of naysayers who have a hard time saying fart, boob, and of course, nipple. They insisted and proved amazing beer could be fun, not too stuffy, or too proper for a rowdy time.
I've never been to Louisville, but wow.
These are our people. These four guys, these are our kind of guys.
Yeah, but everyone else sounds like they're not, because if they're laughing at this kind of stuff and, like, it sounds like a lot of people aren't like that, which we're obviously like that, so, right?
Well, I want to go there and have a beer with these guys.
Right, exactly.
Right? Like, it sounds like they sound like so much fun, like totally up my alley.
Yeah, and besides that, I guess it's kind of ironic that they picked a Victorian style house, which Victorian is proper English Victorian style house.
Highbrow.
Yeah, and that's their brew house, which is interesting.
Right.
So their partners opened up a 3-vessel, 30-barrel brew house 20 blocks away from there in downtown Louisville to produce more. So they have kind of their production. They increased it by 400%.
Wow.
To produce more beer. So obviously people are liking the beers, and they're producing a lot. And they're in 43 states, so their distribution is amazing. And 25 countries.
Wow.
Wow, right?
Yeah, way to go.
And this is our first Against the Grain brewery.
It is.
So it doesn't sound like there's a lot of breweries in Louisville, Kentucky. I mean, maybe there is now since they established in 2011, but wow, yeah, we haven't had many from Kentucky at all. Obviously, it's bourbon country. But
I've been there one time with a friend on vacation, and we drank Ice House beer, like that beer that was like...
Yeah, and Ice House. Miller made it or somebody. I think Miller made Ice House.
I don't remember, but yeah, I loved it back in the day.
Did you? Yeah. So 7% stout.
Let's get busy.
Ready to try?
Yeah.
Against the Grain. Interesting. Here, I'll let you pour that one.
I like the name now that you know kind of their story. It makes sense. Like they're going against the grain.
Yeah.
I'm
not crazy about the artwork though. Any cartoon stuff, I'm just kind of like,
Yeah.
You know. But I like the name a lot, Against the Grain.
The can, for, a lot of you, very much reminds me of Ed Hardy artwork.
Yeah.
Do you remember the Ed Hardy shirts? They used to cost a grip back in the day. Everybody wanted them, and then they started selling them at Costco, and then it was, over with. Wow,
Yeah.
Holy head. Good Lord. Look at that. I don't even know if I gave you any beer.
It's all head.
I'm going to give you a little more.
Yeah, go ahead and fill me up a little bit. Wow,
I feel like I totally cheated you.
You're still cheating me. It's not even close.
No, it is.
Yeah, look at that. Holy head, like you said.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, what do you think about appearance? A lot of bubbles, a lot of all different size bubbles.
That is that's the largest.
There's more head than beer.
That's the largest head I've ever seen.
That's a big head. Look at that. The head's starting to crater a little bit too.
Yeah, it is.
Look at the big bubbles.
Wow.
Yeah. What do you think about appearance? They poured pretty brown, almost like the color of the table. But it's pretty. I mean, it's 7%. I expected almost it to be a little lighter.
Yeah,
right.
It's darker than I expected.
Yeah,
I like the color of the head. It's like a true tan beige color. It's not too light. Sometimes when they're too light, I feel like they're gonna be flavorless. But
yeah, I wish it was a little more foamy though.
I know, right?
God, even yours. Look how foamy. It looks like an ocean foam or something.
You feel cheated.
Yeah, exactly.
Yours is so crazy. I can't get over it.
I'll get back to you in 30 minutes on how I like it after the head dissipates. Jeez. What do you think?
The appearance. I can't get it out. The appearance is impressive. Wow. This is like a show in itself, right?
It's a little much.
Too much for you.
A little bit, yeah. It's a lot. Yeah, you got to wait.
Well, I could have poured it like a jackass.
Oh, well, yeah. So what do you give appearance?
I think I like it. I think it's fun. I'm giving it a 5.
Wow.
It's 7%. It's got a lot going on. I think it's great. And if you're on a first date and you're lacking something to talk about his head.
That's right. I give it a 4. It's not quite up to a 5 for me. It's just kind of, it is interesting. I give it, if it's interesting was a category, I'd give it a 5. But as far as the appearance, it was a little light brown. It's dark now, obviously, but it was a little light brown. And then, obviously, just super, super foamy, almost too foamy. Look at that. It's anyway. So I give it a 4. So what about aroma?
Okay.
Against the Grain. 35K.
It smells like just that I always say just that basic stout.
Standard, yeah.
Yeah. I don't really get anything. It's a very clean aroma.
Right.
Just a basic.
No flavors.
Unflavored stout.
Yeah.
That's really. I mean, there might be a hint of dark fruit.
Yeah.
Maybe a little maltiness. That's really it. Just
it's funny.
Standard.
Yeah, it's funny. It said coffee flavor and aroma. It said lactose, those kind of things, and I'm not getting any of that. Maybe that's what bittersweet cocoa smells like. I don't know, but yeah, it doesn't smell bad. It's just kind of standard, like you say. It's almost dark fruit, but it's not.
Yeah,
so it's not bad.
Yeah,
I don't think it's bad.
I'm going to give it a 3.5.
That's what I'm going to give it. Yeah, I think it's above average.
Yeah, there's nothing foul or
good. Yeah.
But it's just
Yeah.
It's just standard, you know?
It's a little above average. Yeah. It's not bland. It has a little bit of flavor, so I think that's why we both gave it 3.5. It's just, it just needs to pump the flavors a little more, but it's not bad. Yeah. So, are you scared?
I want you to go first, so you can get
a foam mustache.
A head mustache.
Yeah, it's trippy. Mine's finally dissipated, but look how foamy it still looks. It's kind of okay.
Oh, come on, you gotta get that mustache. What do you think? Are you getting the fizzy foaminess in your mouth?
Yes, and I'm getting dark fruit.
Ah. A lot.
Yeah, I don't get cocoa. I don't get coffee. Mm-hmm. Yeah, dark fruit. And the foaminess. I did get a lot of foaminess in my mouth, which I don't want in a beer.
So does it feel creamy, though, or just like foam?
No, it doesn't feel...
Just foam.
Just foam, yeah. Yeah, it wasn't creamy. It was like this weird foamy that I've never had before. So.
Wow, is that carbonated?
Well, obviously, yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Right?
Like soda-like carbonation.
Yeah, which you could tell from the head, like you're just pouring it. But it's kind of, I get the bitter, I don't get the sweet. I get bitter.
It's really bitter.
It's really bitter. And was yours foamy?
No.
Not too bad?
Yeah, no, I'm not getting that. The carbonation is just like over the top.
Yeah, it's bumpy.
Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of a trippy, and all I'm getting is bitter. I'm not getting any flavors. I just get bitter.
Yeah.
Which could be coming from the coffee. It could be like an espresso kind of coffee.
Yeah.
Bitter, but. What do you think about taste?
Well, I like the carbonation part of it. It's a little too much, but like.
Look at that.
I know.
Carbonation is crazy. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks like it came out of a soda fountain, like a soda machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it, but it's a little too much. Yeah. The taste, beyond that, I can't. I don't really know anything that I'm getting. Like it's bitter.
Right.
It's just not quite what I had in mind. So
what do you think about taste?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with a 2.5 on taste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very bitter. It doesn't have any kind of flavors that it talked about, and it's almost like almost like espresso kind of coffee bitter to me. Is what it tastes like. It's like, but you don't get any coffee aroma at all. You just get that bitter kind of espresso coffee taste. So I give it a 2.
Okay.
It's not my flavor at all. Obviously, I don't like bitter, and I would probably like it a little better if it actually smelled like coffee.
Yeah.
But there's no coffee aroma at all. There's no cocoa aroma at all.
Yeah.
It's just kind of a bland aroma, and then when you taste it, it's super carbonated, and then you get this like bitter espresso on the taste, especially on the back end. So yeah,
it's so strange.
It's strange. Yeah, it's very different. So
onto the texture. Obviously, as we've mentioned,
7%.
It's like a if you've ever had Pop Rocks and the Pop Rocks go off in your mouth.
Yeah,
that's what's happening here with 35K. It's just like it's like a party in your mouth, you know.
It's supposed to have lactose too, and there's none.
I know, like which gives it the creaminess and a little bit of sweetness.
But 7%. What do you think about the texture? I think it's light. It tastes light to me.
Yeah, I think the carbonation is giving it that light because it's kind of my very first reaction was that it would be like refreshing, like on a hot day because of the carbonation.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is a little light for a 7. I don't feel like it's too off. I'm gonna give it a 3.5.
3.5 for texture. It tastes light. It tastes light to me. I'm gonna give it a little below average. I'm gonna give it a 2.5 because I would give it an average if it kind of tasted like a 7 or close, but it doesn't. It's almost like a 5 to me. And like you said, it could be the carbonation, but it just doesn't have much body to it. It's just light. You know, so yeah, I give it a 2.5. It just doesn't. It's like some of our favorite beers are 6, 7, 8s, somewhere around there, and they have more body. This doesn't. So, what about the bittersweet finish?
It is a bittersweet finish.
Maybe that's why they called it bittersweet because it's not sweet; it's bittersweet.
It's really bitter. You know, it leaves a pretty bad lingering aftertaste in your mouth. I like the carbonation part of it. I still get that carbonation.
The fizziness of it,
I still have that on the finish, which I like. But the flavors, it's not a pleasant aftertaste. So
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a 3.
Give it a 3 on finish?
Yeah.
No, I'm still at a 2. Yeah, I'm going to give it a 2 because it's extremely bitter for me. And obviously, if you guys watch the channel, you know I don't like bitter. And this is really bitter. And so, and it, like you just said, it lingers. So not only is it bitter, but it lingers. And it's like, and then it's fizzing, lingering because of the carbonation. You got this fizzing, bitter taste in your mouth that doesn't go away. So yeah, I give it a 2. So Janet, what do you give 35K from Against the Grain? What's your total?
It's not 35K.
No.
But it is 3.5.
Yeah.
I really love the story of these guys.
Yeah.
Again, like I'm confident that they have some good beers, and if I'm ever in Louisville, I'm gonna definitely stop there. Like, love everything that I've learned about the brewery. This beer is just not pleasing on the palate.
Yeah.
I loved the appearance of this beer. Like, it made me excited, and then
I love the carbonation.
I did. I like the carbonation too, and then everything else was just kind of subpar. And the bitterness really was just over the top for me, and I couldn't quite get past that. So I ended up with a 3.5, which is still
good,
decent. Like, I'm sure they have some good beers in their arsenal.
Yeah, I definitely want to try more. Yeah, I gave it a 2.8, so I gave it below average because it's just not my beer. I wish a lot of these beers would say espresso stout or something like that, because that's exactly what I'm getting, even though we don't get the aroma. It's that espresso bitterness or double espresso bitterness that we've talked about before. And that's what I'm getting, and that's it. And then a lot of carbonation. So anyway, yeah, Gumbo Mud review is a 3.15. So average beer. I'm with you. I'd love to try more of their beers, and I love the story of them in 2011 opening up the first brewery-owned brewery there in Louisville, Kentucky. So, and I've always wanted to go to Kentucky too, so I can't wait to go up that way and try. So definitely, I want to try more of their beers. This one is just bitter.
It is.
Yeah.
Lingering.
Yeah, and 7%. It was a little light. I wish it was just a little heavier, but for 7%, but lingers a lot. And so, yeah, if you like espresso, you won't get the espresso aroma, but you do get the bitterness.
Right.
Yeah.
What kind of makes you question is the bitterness coming from espresso, because the aroma of espresso is really
strong,
dominating. So I don't know that it's coming from espresso.
Well, it is that dark fruit bitterness that we get a lot. So it doesn't say anything about dark fruit, but.
No, they usually mix it in there.
Our dark fruit radar stuff, though, right?
I did smell dark fruit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So anyway, Gumbo Mud review is a 3.15 for Against the Grain's 35K, which we don't know why it's called 35K. So anyway, thank you guys for watching this review. Click the like and share button and share it with everyone you know, and click the subscribe button for more dark beer reviews.
And we're on Instagram. It's Gumbo Mud, MUDD, and we put out a post with our video releases and some extra special content and giveaways. So check us out there.
Yeah. Follow us, and we'll bring you more dark beer. So thank you guys for watching.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.